Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing? Welcome back to IBA Homestead. I thought that I would do kind of a, as quick as I can, garden tour for y'all. We have kind of neglected some of the garden, but we are still getting some things like bush beans and jalapeno peppers and banana peppers and long beans and an occasional zucchini and squash, but that's dwindled down because I'll show you in a minute. So anyway, let's get on to the garden tour and I'll show you kind of how pitiful it's looking, but we didn't realize that we'd be as busy as we have been this spring and summer. But anywho, let me get y'all flipped around. Alright, so this is the Market Row garden here. It ended up being 2 rows of tomatoes that haven't been doing that well with the winds, but also mainly because we haven't staked or tied anything up. But there are some tomatoes that I'll take a look and see if they aren't split. My tomatoes have been splitting, which I think means too much water. Plus it would also help if, like I said, once again, it would help if they were tied up or something. We've pulled up all of the cabbages and either fed them to the cows or fed them to the chickens, but they had just diminished and just the heat wasn't good for them. And they were really eaten up by pests and things. So our purple bush beans are doing pretty good. They were doing very poor for a while because, like, here, the weeds, how they look here, was everywhere. And we've gone and weeded, and we need to go back and weed a little bit more and make sure that right after we weed, we need to lay down the weed barrier fabric. I don't know, we just haven't done it. But so the purple bush beans are doing okay. We have the green bush beans have been doing okay as well. And let me show you how bad. There's a few butternut squash plants here, but let me show you how bad the squash beetles are. As y'all can see, they're just very, very bad. So honestly, I don't foresee any butternut squashes coming out of here because they all pretty much look like this. So we've had very bad luck with the squash bugs this year. I'll show you what happened in the garden over there with all of our squash plants. But next up, hi girls, Hamilton. See, all this needs to be weeded, but let's see, these stayed empty. There's some sage with some weeds that I have to pull up. That's Hamilton. This is apple mint, chocolate mint, and I think peppermint, which, has gone to seed, I guess is what that is. But I still think I can come out here and get some leaves and dehydrate them before everything just gets too cold or what have you. Nothing survived that one. There's nothing in there. There's nothing in there. That was supposed to be leeks and green onions. And then coming up over this way, lettuce that I've never picked or anything. Collards. Haven't done well. So this, I just literally planted stuff and never messed with. So while I'm thinking about it, Hamilton, there you go, bub. He's like, no, thank you. And then over here, girls, get up out of there, please. Get. This is supposed to have carrots in it. I have no clue if there's carrots in it. So, is this a carrot? I think it is. Oh, well, there was a little baby carrot. I wonder if we can put that back in. Alright, so Don't pull it up anymore. No, get down. Get. Girl, get. So we have little carrot. This sounds bad. Can I stick that right back in the hole and maybe it'll keep growing? I don't know. We'll see. But I don't think there's any carrots in this one anymore either. I know the worms got to this one really bad and ate all the carrots from that one. And then these little criminals keep getting in the raised beds, as you've seen. But all right, moving on over here to the cottage garden. All right, and we finally got the weed barrier fabric put up around the little fence. And honestly, we haven't seen any rabbits in here since we started killing them all. That sounds terrible. We were shooting all the rabbits, yes, because they were eating everything. They ate the stuff we bought, the first round of plants we bought from the store and planted. They ate those. The second round, they ate those. And then I direct sowed and they ate some of those. But, so this will be fine. I don't know if it keeps the chickens out. As you can see, they're stalkers. All of them. All right, so this barred rock here, the rue here, that's Franklin. That speckled Sussex rue is Hamilton. And then the Rhode Island rue, that's Jefferson. And then I don't have any names for the girls, but it was pretty easy to name them and know who is who. Anywho, so here we have a great big weed. Holy kastinkanoli. Can I pull that up? I don't know. That grew quick. That was like just a couple days. Anyway, so we have our jalapeno peppers. And as you see, they are doing very, very well. All of the plants, all of the jalapeno pepper plants are doing very well. I planted some purple bush beans between all of the jalapeno pepper plants and even between the banana peppers. So I'll have to try to get that out. But we have been collecting a ton of jalapeno peppers and banana peppers. And I want to try to make banana pepper hot sauce. And then, like I said, right behind us over here, there's some really big old banana peppers. And then purple bush beans. Let's see. See the banana peppers. I don't know if you're supposed to let them get that big though. So I have, and I've been washing them off and freezing them. And then, okay, the squash bugs, y'all. As you can see again, that was a perfectly good pumpkin until the squash bugs started demolishing all of the pumpkin plants. For a while, I was worried that the pumpkins would overtake everything. And I was prepared to deal with that, but I was not prepared to deal with, after it looked like they were going to take over everything, they quickly died. I was not prepared to deal with all of the squash bugs. So I thought we might get lucky with one pumpkin, but as you can see, a ton of squash bugs. And then Squash Row had some really good looking squash plants. This one was a really, really good looking one. And then they all died. So, oh well. I even used neem oil. It didn't help. So maybe it's a rookie mistake. There was something I didn't do to keep the squash bugs away, but I've been hearing that I'm not the only one that's had issues with squash bugs like this. I've been seeing on some of the Facebook groups I'm a part of, and some other YouTubers that, like Moore's Patch of Homestead, has had bad squash bugs. And I thought Anna from Fermented Homestead has as well. And I say them because they are local to us. They're within an hour or two. So we're not the only ones who have had such devastation from squash bugs. So I don't know if it's a rookie mistake or not, but I've tried my hardest. You know, we don't want to spray a ton of stuff all over our plants. If I was okay with doing that, I might as well just go buy vegetables from Walmart, right? But I'm not. So I guess one of the downfalls of not using those pesticides and stuff is you lose your plants. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. Anywho. I've gotten 2 banana peppers from this lilac banana pepper plant. I'm sorry, I've gotten 2 lilac bell peppers from this lilac bell pepper plant, and that's another one here, but I haven't gotten anything from that one. And I see more here. Maybe they'll start turning purple, I don't know. But the 2 that I did pick, I went ahead and saved the seeds from. I think it came from Baker Creek. I had bought it from a local grower at our local farmer's market. And she had a book of all of her seeds, and I think the lilac bell was a Baker Creek one. So, and then I've tried 2 or 3 times to grow and plant and sow banana peppers and nothing. And then just this last week we've had a pretty decent amount of rain. Oh, hang on, what's that? Is that a bell pepper plant right there? And then I've got one here. Okay, hang on. Oh, okay, cool. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't see any at those 2 spoons. I have I have bell pepper plants growing, finally. And hopefully some of these are purple, just because I want purple bell peppers. All right, awesome. Okay, that sounds like probably super weird that I'm like super excited, but I've tried 2 or 3 times to grow bell pepper plants here. I tried to start seeds. None of them made it to planting. I bought bell peppers. None of them survived. I bought a second round of bell peppers. No, I planted a second round of bell peppers. I direct sowed, and I thought that none of them had survived. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 areas with, some of those have 2 or 3 bell pepper plants. And honestly, y'all, I'm gonna just let them all go. I'm not gonna pick out the 2 weaker ones. Oh, that makes me so excited. I hope they grow. Grow, babies, grow. With as much loss as we've had in the garden this year, please grow. All right, flip y'all back around. All right. This is dill. A lot of it has died, but I still see some of it looks all right. With a lot of lamb's quarter. What was this? This was parsley, basil. This was basil. And it's all gone to seed, I guess. But can I? Oh, that smells amazing. All right, so these are really dry. These need water. But I'm going to pick and dehydrate a lot of those so I can put that in the kitchen. This is stevia. This needs water too, but I'm going to pick with more lamb's quarter. I'm going to pick, like when that starts to bloom back up, if not bloom, when it perks back up, I'm going to pick that and dehydrate that and make some stevia powder, attempt to. And then all of that is weeds. I never got around, well, I planted in these 2, but they didn't make it, so I never got around to really doing anything with those. Here, we have onions, which I think it's when the tops fall over is when they're ready. Do I need to put more dirt over these guys? I think I need to put more dirt over those. If so, let me know in the comments, please. But I will also Google it, if I can remember to Google it. But just to be safe, let me know in the comments. And then these tomatoes I did try to put up. So we finally have tomatoes coming on these, which makes me happy. This one needs to be put up too. I'll have to get some string. And then, ooh, is that a good tomato or a split tomato? I don't know, I'm gonna pick it. What do y'all think? Is that good? Some of my tomatoes are supposed to be orange like this. I'm gonna go ahead and call it good. What do y'all think? I'll put this up in my kitchen windowsill until I upload this video tomorrow, and then I'll see. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna move this on this table right here. Okay, I'm gonna put that there. All right, so this is kale, I believe, but as you can see, it's just eaten up to bits, just demolished. And then we've got some, I believe that's Kentucky Wonder pole beans there and here, but back here, as you can see, is long beans. A lot of long beans, which, y'all, I am loving these long beans. So next year, I think long beans might be all that I grow. They grow so quickly, and I mean, the amount of canned green beans we can probably get from this harvest, from just the amount of long beans, I mean, cut it up and you have like a ton of little green beans. But that is pretty cool. And I am just loving how it looks around the cow panel. I don't know, I think that looks cool. But, so, in a little bit I'm going to come out here and harvest all the bush beans, pole beans, and I'm going to check out the tomatoes. I'm going to get the jalapeno peppers and the bell peppers. And then here, as you can see, I think, is this spinach? I think that's spinach. I think I'm growing spinach here, which looks pretty good. There and there. Is that one still good to pick? Because I know that's a spinach. I'm going to pick it, wash it, and freeze it. And maybe can it up later. I don't know. Or keep it frozen. Let me know. When they get really tall like that, is that still good? You see how tall it is? Is that still good to pick the leaves from? I mean, I imagine it would be. Alright, so I need to come out here and take care of a ton of stuff. But, oh my goodness, this one is huge. Look how big that is. Golly, that's got to be 2 feet long almost. Probably 20 inches. Anyway, so that might be some of the kale that I initially tried to grow. That looks like probably Siberian kale, maybe. I don't know. But as you can see, we've got spinach growing here. I really need to come in here and weed, because I've got kale, I believe, growing here too. I think this is kale here. And then I've got kale. Yeah, I think that's kale because I kept it apart. Because last year I noticed they got really, really big. Even though last summer we weren't living here, we were still coming back to visit. And then that was supposed to be tomatoes with cabbage. The cabbage didn't work out, so I planted nasturtiums. The nasturtiums got eaten by rabbits, and the tomatoes never survived. I even direct sowed tomatoes, and nothing came up. So, like I said before, I'm not the greatest gardener. I am just learning. I know all the soil needs fertilizer. I know that. But we've also had issue with rabbits eating all of our plants and starts and things. We've had issues with things not germinating. We've had issues with squash bugs. I mean, I think it's okay to try to plant more squash seeds, but I'm like just terrified. Is there squash bugs still here? I don't know, honestly. But I don't want to try to grow more squash if it's just going to be defeated again. I don't know. Plus, according to my guide, my Clyde's planting guide. I'm like a week or two past the last planting date for some of the stuff that can be for fall garden, but I may just go ahead and take that risk anyway and plant probably sometime this weekend or this week. I mean, plant sometime this week. So I don't know, but anyway, something's biting me. Please don't let it be a squash bug or something. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my basket and get to harvesting some stuff before the sun is fully down.
Well, in my absence, I'll be surely missing you. I've been working every day, and I sure hope your love is too. And if it gave you cause to doubt me, hope you always think about me. And if you think I will find another, it ain't true. Keep the home fire burning while I'm gone. I'll be back to fan the flame, it won't be long. Just a while and then I'm back where I belong. Keep the home fire burning while I'm gone. All kinds of trouble, you know what to do. I know you take care of yourself. There's a box of 22s, and my pistol's always loaded, and another in the sock drawer, just in case they think I'm gone. Come feed me. Lord, I know I've done some evil in my time, but that don't mean there ain't no goodness in this evil heart of mine. And it don't mean that I can't see the light. So while I'm out here fighting this good fight, just keep the heart